So let's say we want this hole to appear on this side too. Instead of me going and doing the same thing again, I'm going to just duplicate this part of geometry and stitch it over there. Like I can duplicate all this piece. Since we want a symmetrical object, I'm going to go to my top view and select the faces I don't need. So I'm going to select these and delete them. And also, since I want this, let's select the object mode, press 1. Since I want this over here, I will just make sure I delete this piece. So I'm going to stitch all this geometry over to this side. Actually, sorry, this side here. Okay, so object mode, select. I have way too much history from all this. So I'm going to delete the history. I don't need to go back in history, so I'm going to delete it. Delete by type history. So I have a clean object. And I want to select the faces I want to duplicate. I want these faces, only this domain here, to just, all this part, to duplicate it and stitch it back over here. So select the whole area you need to duplicate of. So go edit mesh, and we go to duplicate face, and let's move this all the way to this side over here. This will not necessarily match. We can just eyeball it. Go to object mode and select, and let's combine these objects together. So these are combined, but then again we need to merge these vertices. We need to merge these vertices and these over here. So edit mesh, merge. If I press 3, I get a very clean geometry. Let's say we want to select this and make it a little bit smaller. That's why I use the pipe tool, so I have a little bit of a guard around it. And I get the lasso tool, the lasso selection, go to vertices, select these vertices, and I can just scale them down. Scaling them down won't prevent any problems. Will prevent any problems because we already have this guard, this loop all around it, so this is safe to do. Because I just noticed that these holes are quite too large unless you want them like that. So R, scale this down. So basically I have this geometry and I want to mirror this on the other side. So let's do some mirroring now. The pivot point is like in a random place. Let's center the pivot. When we mirror geometry, let's make sure that this is all clean. It looks like clean. If it wasn't, and there were like weird numbers over here, just go ahead and freeze transformations. And click W to see the move gizmo, and we see that this is the Z pointing downwards. So this is the Z, that's positive Z, that's positive X. If I want to mirror this geometry, I need to go to my mesh and say mirror geometry, go to the options. And since this is positive Z, we want to flip it on this other side, so flip it on minus Z. So minus Z, we want to connect, merge the new part with the original part and merge the vertices. Let's see if that works. If this doesn't work, then we can unclick that and merge the vertices manually. So it seems that it works. Actually it doesn't. You notice what happened here. All of a sudden we don't have any holes. All these vertices that were in here, they were sucked into one because we have this general merging vertices on. I'm going to undo this. What happens is when it mirrors the geometry, this has a threshold, which is an average sort of threshold. We don't know how to it doesn't have like a setting here to change it. So I'm just gonna unclick that since this happened. These are too close, so that's why they get merged. So I'm gonna unclick that, keep the -Z, apply. Now we actually mirrored the geometry, but we didn't do much on the merging part, because if we go to the vertices, you'll notice that since we didn't tell Maya to merge them, it's just all open here. It left it open. If we press 3, yeah, we can't even get into that mode. So I'm going to select the vertices and edit mesh. Select the vertices. With a control key, deselect the ones we don't need. We only need the ones in the center. And merge. Okay. Go to object mode, select the object, click 3. And we have we can see also that we are having all our normals facing up. So this is exactly what we wanted. And on the next lesson, we're going to do some extrusions.